Right, Pride of London. London is blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the Minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the Minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. A big up to every single one of you in here. First and foremost, if you haven't already, smash to pieces the like button. I need you to smash that like button ASAP. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're over the 4K, guys. We are landing the Minerals. We are landing it. We're getting on the road to 5K, guys. On the road to 5K. Can you believe it? It's been, what, 5 months? Just work it out. A K a month. Let's go. Let's get the next K this month. Also, hit the notification button because you can't just rely on my community and socials, guys. Some might not have socials, so hit the notifications button. You know exactly when I'm going live to land the Minerals. So, yeah, as always, up the Chelsea. Big up to everyone in here. It's an earlier stream than usual, but we've got quite a bit to talk about, quite a bit to go through. We've got a game tonight. So yeah, we're going to just roll with it. Let me just run through you guys very, very quickly. We've got Cameron in here. Big up to you, Geezer. RD's in here. I guarantee Pulisic. Let's see. Watch Pulley today. Gonna prove you wrong. Here we go. Hopefully he does, mate. Hopefully he does. Big up Stretters in here. Big up Johnny Land and Minerals. If any wrong and step out of line, then the Minerals Reaper will need to step in. Balenciaga, hashtag Balenciaga. Let's have it right. Dino, let's have it right. Big up to you. Accelerates. Lateness is greatness. Let's have it right. As always, up the Chelsea. Come on, you Blues. Leo's in here. Up the Minerals. Big up to you. Chelsea till I die. We got Mohammed in here as well. Up the Chelsea. Let's have it right. Mount CO Minerals. Like and subscribe, guys. Let's have it right, Mohammed. Big up to you, Geezer. The Freezy, who are you going to bury in the woods today? Listen, there's a lot of them in here. A lot of them in here. You know what I mean? Some of them, if they're lucky, they get pulled out like corpses. But do they come and arise like the Undertaker? Who knows? Who knows? Only time will tell. But there's plenty of them behind. Plenty of them. Don't you worry. Big up Minerals, Generational Brothers, Kai and Mount. Let's have it right. Big up British Patriot, my geezer. Yes, Johnny, seeing you defending our club against these wrongers. Land the Minerals everywhere you go. Up, fucking Chelsea. Let's have it right. Big up Mitchie. Glad you sorted out your comments. Big up Johnny. Must be company Wi-Fi. Let's have it right. Big up to you. Lovely to see everyone in here. Chelsea till I die. You know it. Sonny G up to Chelsea. Let's go. CFC, Johnny Lad. I expect Pep to be watching Kai closely today. Yeah, might do. He probably will do if he plays. Big up Chelsea Rangers. Why Lewis lying? He said he was driving up with you and Jem, and neither you have Jem and gone. No. When did he say that? When did he say that? I was planning to, but I couldn't make it. But he's on his way. I'm pretty sure he's on his way. Big up Leo, Mudded League. Yeah, he is. Oh, well, I'll address all that after. We've got Jacobs in here. Up the boys tonight. Far away, Tunera says, Mud Miz for his truth bomb. Havertz isn't Chelsea level. When did he say that? Let me know. Listen, this guy, this Miz fella, I mean, his opinions are shocking as it is. He's so flip-floppy, wishy-washy, bruv. He's a Ziyech stan. He loves Ziyech, bruv. So that tells you everything you need to know about this geezer. But what I'll say is, this guy's been on Havertz's nuts ever since he signed for us. But obviously not on the Champions League night or Club World Cup night or Super Cup night. But he's just generally on his nuts like everyone is, you know. Just get off our players, mate. Get off our players. Who is Chelsea level? Because these certain players, they've won the trophies. The new players, are they Chelsea level? Is Koulibaly Chelsea level? Fofana Chelsea level? Is Aubameyang Chelsea level? Is Sterling even Chelsea level? Is Zachariah Chelsea level? I'm not so sure. But these players are Chelsea level. They've earned their right. They've delivered at our club. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to go into it, guys, because I'm seeing a lot of nonsense on the timeline. A lot of crap that has been projected. And we're going to go through that. 100% we're going through all this stuff. Blue Oak, big up to you, up the minerals. Abdias, your name always gets me, geezer. Up the minerals, big up to you, geezer. Where is it? Go on, CFC. I'll be there, Johnny, tonight. Level 3, representing Minerals FC. Big up to you. Get the great footage. Hopefully, we're going to see some goals, and hopefully we go through, guys. I'm very optimistic, irrespective of our condition and how we are. Like I was in the Arsenal game, I feel we can go and win games. If we're on it, we can win the games. Do you know what I mean? Why can't we? We're not that fucking terrible. Everyone's making out like we are just dead and buried relegation team. It's shocking, mate. It's absolutely shocking. Let's keep going. Yeah, but this guy, I've already mudded him, guys. You saw it, 4-5 streams ago. Like, this guy's running his mouth, and it's the same old agenda, you know. And listen, he's mudded anyway. He's already in the woods, mate. He's already there. Coach's corner. Well, not really, mate. Not at all, mate. Absolutely not. You're joking, ain't ya? The shit I've heard him talk about Ziyech. No, mate. You're mad. I don't know what you've been hearing. That's what I'm saying. Wishy-washy flip-floppers. That's what they are. They change. They're like, I ain't going to go there, mate. I can't be honest. Big up Spencer in here. Johnny, the reason fans are on Havertz nuts because he's not bloody good enough. No, he is good enough. It's just difficult mate. It's difficult for all these players. Like I said yesterday on Lewis's show, yeah, I came on for 15 minutes, landed the fucking minerals, said it how it was, yeah. All right. You guys need to go and check it out. Go and sub Lewis as well. But this is the thing, right? We have too many dysfunctional issues within our team. We're not playing as a team. We haven't got that core backbone. So we are going to be inconsistent, and that affects players. Therefore, their form's going to be inconsistent. It's the same old narrative, guys. It's not mudding our players. It's not mudding our team. It's being real about our team and being real about the process we're in right now. Because Tuchel paved over all the cracks. We've been on a rebuild since Lampard, even Sarri, mate. You know, we've never been ready to challenge for the league, so we're going to be inconsistent. We are a cup team. That is what Chelsea FC is right now. We're a cup team. We've always been a cup team, and we've proved that we are because we've gone and won the cups. We've won the Champions League, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup. You know what I mean? We've got into three other domestic finals. We haven't won the FA Cup yet. We need to win that FA Cup. We need to go out tonight and win against City away and try and get a Carabao Cup, get a trophy under our belt this season to build upon that, build upon what we've got. We've won the lot, mate. We've won every trophy that can be won. It's not about us having to chase trophies. It's about us building for the future, for longevity, to dominate, not to just be up and down in bursts. That's not sustainable. The model works with Roman Abramovich. We know it works because it's evident it works with all the trophies we've won. But at the same time, look at the mess that our football club's in. Look at it. It is, when you talk about surgery, mate, this is cardiac surgery going on right now. We're in the process. We're in the theatre room, and cardiac surgery is operating right now as we speak. And we don't know how long it's going to be when we're going to wake up out of this. Because the mess left by Roman, the amount of rebuilding that needed to be, the reinvestment, the personnel changing, the structure of the club, the blueprint, everything is all being cut and ripped out by Bowley and Clearlake. The new owners have just come in and literally cut everything out. So we're in a massive transitional period right now. All right. And now we are starting to see it even more surface because the squad hasn't been monitored. It hasn't been added regular. It hasn't been given the right quality in the right areas. And now we're struggling more and more and more. We need to reinvest correctly, not just buy names like the Ball did buying Lukaku and shit like that. We need to buy players that have a blueprint to suit our blueprint. We need to match that together. And we haven't done that. We just buy, it's all pick and mix. Our squad is a pick and mix of all different previous managers, of all different previous ways of playing, formations, tactics. Certain players are just limited. They're not versatile. So you have to try and get the best out of these players as a collective, as a whole. And that's what Tuchel did so well. But the cracks were appearing, fellas. The cracks were appearing, mate. Clear as day last season. You cannot dismiss everything that's happened around our football club. Forget just the pitch and the players. It's more than that. It's bigger than that. It's far bigger. This is a serious condition we're in right now. You know, we are a long way from Manchester City. We have known we've been a long way. We've been very fortunate in the last 2 years to get the top 3 spot. All right. And credit to Tuchel doing that. Credit to Lampard getting us top 4. But we scraped it, guys. And we were winning trophies. So it kept the fans and the supporters on a buzz. But imagine if we didn't win those Champions Leagues. We didn't win those cups. And we won nothing for 3 years, 2 years. Imagine the toxicity. And right now, everyone is seeing that. They're seeing that now. They're seeing that we don't look like we're going to win anything this year. We don't look like we're in a condition, but let's have it right. Sanctions, injuries, and injuries to key players in our team. Reece James and Kante, Chilwell, a new signing for Fana. We've had Kovacic in and out. I think Georgie apparently is getting an injury now. You know, our players are getting worn out. They're not having the time to recover properly. So we're having to throw them in because the games are thick and fast. Look, let me put it into context. We finished the Champions League group stage already. Before November, geezers. When does that ever happen? This is how the schedule is. It's ram-packed. We're playing Carabao Cups and all this shit. You know, it's like, you've got to understand. I'm talking it from on my platform. There is context to why we are the way we are. It's not just down to Potter. It's not just down to players and personnel. It's not just down to the owners. It's not just down to recruiting and sacking. It's all of these things collectively. And a lot of clubs don't have this issue. Chelsea have the biggest issue. And it's on the mend. It's like it's in process. We have to stay positive. We have to believe in this project because it's a project. You have to. I've said it. I'm done with hiring and firing all the time. It works. But look at the players. Like, let me give you an example, right? How the players were performing under Lampard before he got the chop. Yeah. All right. At the start, look at the way we were performing under Lamps. They're reignited. We were playing as a team. We had the target. You know, he got us top four. We got into an FA Cup final. Then we were transfer banned. No Eden Hazard. We had brought through youth. We got players that are really, we were trying to sell. We couldn't sell. The ball didn't want to sell players. Didn't want to get rid of Barkley's, Drinkwaters, Batchwise, and all these players. All right. So we had all this deadwood in the team, in the squad, all right, which we knew clear as day weren't good enough. Then we've gone from that to sacking Lamps to bringing in Tuchel. Tuchel then comes in, and what do we see? We see a major difference straight away in the way the players play. Everyone's up to it. They're all fighting for their places. There's a hunger. They're trying to deliver. And then look at the decline with certain players under Tuchel when it weren't going well. And during that period, he won us the Champions League. We went and won the Super Cup at the start of the season. Then we win the Club World Cup, and then the shit hits the fan. We get sanctioned. We lose our owner. We have the brown envelopes lying about Chelsea Football Club, lapping it up, enjoying it, feasting, while the whole fan base is in limbo, not knowing what's going to happen to our football club. Who's our owners going to be? They're never going to be like Roman. They're never going to have the ambition. How much money have they got? What are they going to do with our club? Are they going to back Tuchel? They have to back Tuchel. So then they come in. Project, we're going to spend money. We're going to back this manager. They didn't back the manager. They chopped the manager just a week after the transfer window. 2 games after transfer window, you sack that manager because these players were a year older. You still haven't addressed the situation and the issues of no defensive midfielder. You haven't refreshed the squad enough. It's too much of a rebuild, but you've got rid of all the dead wood. Fantastic. That's the first stage of the process. But it was unrealistic to expect this board to come in and sign 12 players, all of high quality, and expect them to all just gel and us start winning and challenging for the league. It don't work like that, guys. It's never worked like that. So Tuchel gets the chop, and now you bring in Potter. Potter's been in for 2 months. He's trying to digest all of this. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And the owners have to take ownership of that. Big time. That's their call. That's what they did. So they have to back Potter. And now the results are going up and down, up and down. We're getting more injuries to the same players again because you didn't address these issues. Do you know why? Because credit to Tuchel, he knew we needed 3 centre-backs. At the very least, priority. Because thank you very much, Rudiger. You fucked us over. Christensen, you fucked us over with your contract negotiations through the season. Never signed it, didn't want to wait, and you went. So we were forced into replacing those centre-backs because the current Roman board didn't want to pay Rudiger what he asked for. Didn't want to pay Christensen what they asked for because they don't value defenders like they value attackers, which is beyond me, bro. All right? So at the end of the day, that's what's happened. We were forced in that transfer window to do that. Everyone knows how it panned out. We were linked to every single player under the sun. We didn't sign the players that Tuchel wanted. We've ended up signing these players. Aubameyang's a prime example. Panic buy. Absolute panic buy. We never needed him. We don't want him. He was a stopgap. He's a filler because we sold Lukaku and we got rid of Timo Werner and we only brought in Sterling, and we need more than that. So we've gone and done that. Granted. Sweet. But what do you expect? You actually expect us to go under Tuchel? I expect he'll get top 4. Under Potter right now, I do expect top 4. But you got to give the geezer a chance. the whole supporters and the fan base, they're too immediacy. And I get it because we've been spoilt. We've been used to winning. Just winning. We just win. All right. And there's nothing stopping us going and win the Champions League this year. You heard our CEO come out. He says the team we got now compared to the team when we played Dortmund will be two different teams. Could be two different teams. So therefore, our season realistically starts after the World Cup, because you have to put in context the World Cup as well. You got to put into context players maybe playing 70, 80% because they don't want to get injured. Because players are dropping like flies at the minute. Mane might miss the World Cup. Son's very close to missing the World Cup. Maybe he plays. You got Reece James out of the World Cup. Walker's potentially out of the World Cup. You got players that are missing the World Cup. Big dreamer there. Some of them at the latter stages of their career. Some of them at the early stages of career. They want experience. Some of them are in their prime and they don't want to take that risk. So we have to understand that. That plays a role in the game, in the Premier League, and for our squad. We got no Kante for 3 months, whatever. No Reece James till the start of the second part of the season. We got no Chilwell for probably longer. All right. So we're down in the transfer window where we have to address these issues. We have to go and get a defensive midfielder this January window of some sort of quality. Doesn't have to be a big name, but somebody's capable of doing the job, and they should have their scouts on it 24/7. We've got a whole new scout department. We've got a whole new backroom team. We've got new directors coming in. They need to get to work sharpish, and they're doing that. I'm sure they're doing that. So then once you get all that together, you're building a network, and all the pieces ain't there yet. So we're still trying to create the whole model from top to bottom at Chelsea. And like I say, we're in cardiac surgery right now. We're having surgery right now. We're in the theatre room, and it's going to take a bit of time. And we have to trust the process. Is what everyone hates that saying, but if you don't trust it now, then you never will, because it's clear to me Potter's blueprint is a fantastic blueprint. Potter's blueprint is attractive football, possession football. It's the closest thing you're going to get to Pep Guardiola. Yeah. It is the closest thing. He's not Liverpool style. He's a Pep Guardiola style man. Pep Guardiola knows about Graham Potter. Every manager in world football can see how he's progressed as a manager, and his blueprint hasn't changed. So once he gets the opportunity to implement this blueprint, we will start to see things, and we will enjoy it when it comes. But that prize don't come. Immediacy don't work like that when you're building. We are building, and we were always building. It's just we paved over that with the winning of the trophies. We paved over it with doing well under Tuchel, and Tuchel being an elite manager. And to be honest with you, I always thought he was the right manager. He was the best manager to take us forward, and he never got that opportunity. And that is one of the biggest issues I have with the new ownership, is that that's what they've gone and done. They didn't give him a chance. They didn't give him one season. Unhappy dressing room, players not being happy, blah, blah, blah. Same old shit. And that's why I started off when I've been talking now, is that have you noticed when a new manager comes in, these players all of a sudden they look like rejuvenated, fantastic players, because they're all fucking good players. Let's have it right. They're not shit players. They're just not performing at the level they should be. They're not buying into what Potter's doing. They didn't buy into what Tuchel's trying to build, or what he's asking of them. But Potter now has to make decisions now. He needs to land the minerals. He needs to have authority in this team, because he's clearly going to get backed by the manager. We assume that. Because you don't get top four, your ability and clout to go in the transfer market and go out and buy the top talent is not going to happen. They're not going to come. So what do? We have to do whatever we can to get that top four spot. That is the priority this season. Absolute priority. And it should be a bare minimum requirement. And these players know how to do it, and they are fully capable of doing it. But he has to pick his 11. He has to stick with his 11. He has to stick with his way of playing. Even if the players, some of them can't adapt to it, you fucking play it. You need to instill your blueprint. Whether you win, lose or draw, you have to start this process. We haven't seen any identity of Potter since he's come in, because at the moment we're still in transition from Tuchel's way of playing. The players are used to that. He needs to try. But why is it Tuchel came in and straight away from Lampard's way of playing to Tuchel's way of playing, it was a massive difference, and he didn't need time. So we have to question that with Potter. Is that inexperience? Is that lack of minerals? Is it just the injuries don't allow him to do that? What is it? Only he knows that. Only his backroom staff know that. And that time will tell, guys. Time will tell. But we have to back it. We have to. Look at Arteta. This is a full season, bruv. Fourth season. And you're only seeing them now start to play decent. Start to build on something that they've started. 4 seasons. When have we ever given a manager that time? We haven't. And back them. You know, so we have to understand it takes time. How long did it take Klopp? 4 years? Ollie 3 years, didn't win anything. Arteta's won fucking 1 FA Cup. It's shocking. They've been finishing out the top 4, didn't make top 4 last year. 3 years, no top 4. It's difficult. But I see Chelsea are more than capable, all right, to speed up that process if it's done correctly and we act right. You know, we make the right moves, we sign the right players, the right profiles. But if you do not get top 4, I think it slows down your process. You have to get top 4. That is the golden ticket. That's the golden ticket to keep this process to speed it up a little bit. And there's nothing stopping us going to win the Champions League. Everyone's writing us off on everything. Why not? We'll be a different animal come February when we play Champions League. We're playing Dortmund. They're not the greatest side. They are beatable. And Chelsea and the players in our squad are fully capable and experienced to do and land the minerals and go to the next round. And you never know in cups. You never know, but we're built for it. It's 2 games until you get to the final. What's to stop us? If you don't turn up, you don't perform, you don't believe, you ain't going to win anything anyway. So you have to have that mentality irrespective. And then for some reason, the Chelsea squad, they get fired up for Champions League because it's a special, it's the minerals, it's something that Arsenal ain't had for fuck knows. They never won it. You know, they haven't, it's like, oh, they're waiting for it. They're dying, they're starving of it. All right. But to win it, to go and win it, different gravy, mate, different minerals. And we've done that recently. So we know we can do it again. There's nothing stopping us doing it again. And I'm looking forward to that. So we got these things to look forward to. We've got to be positive towards the reality of what is at hand at our football club. Because if you do not digest that and understand everything that's going on, then you are set up for disappointment all day long. You have to understand that. This is the message to put out. Because if you just want to be immediacy, you're not going to do what City are doing. You're not going to do what Manchester United did and just dominate and be up there all the time, favourites for the title. You know, we want to win the Premier League title. We want to do that. We've won everything. This is the ambition. We want our bread and butter. We need to win it. We dominated, but Roman didn't sustain when we're on top winning these titles, and we dipped off and they allowed us to dip off, and we are having to repair this. It's a massive rebuild, guys, top to bottom. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I'm trying to explain this stuff. It's serious, mate. Yeah. But we're not as far off as the media and all the rivals and everyone's trying to make out like we're 5-6 years away. That's bullshit. Don't listen to that nonsense. We are a couple years, and I think we're right up there because Potter needs time, guys. 2 months is nothing, mate. Let's bring up what he said. I'm going to bring up what he said as well. Yeah, I'm going to bring up what he said. Big up to all you guys in here. H Talks Chelsea, big up Johnny, mate. My thoughts are the players are going through a bad time and we've got to get behind them. Yes, we need players, but we need to get behind them this instant. Absolutely right. And this is what I'm stressing. We can't keep hating on these players. I don't, but you can't hate on these players. You've got to understand what I've just said. If you don't understand what I just said, you know, that we haven't got a core. From goalkeeper. There's rumours about Kepa and Mendy going. It's all kicking off, guys. We're talking about a massive overhaul. If you look at Klopp, when he took over Liverpool, over half of those players are not even in the current Liverpool side. You know, there's going to be a lot of players that are going to leave. I think Kante, and depending on Kante's surgery, I think Kante and Georgie are gone, mate. I think they're gone. It might be that Kovacic goes. Mendy, Kepa. You know, Silva's not going to last another season. Do you need another centre back? You got to have serious competition for Reece James because he's getting too injured every season. You need backup for that. So you can rotate the geezer so we can wrap him cotton wool for the big games and make sure he doesn't get injury throughout the season. And we got fucking consistency for once. Because when you got Reece James on the right, we're solid on the right. When you got a fit Chile on the left, we're solid on the left. We got Cucurella as backup now. Imagine if we didn't sign Cucurella, we'd be fucked again, even more. So this is my point. These players are leaving. Aubameyang's going to fuck off. Get rid of him now, in my opinion. Get rid of him. He's not good enough. He doesn't want to be at our club. He's just there for the money. Sterling's got to fucking land the minerals, bruv. I don't give a fuck whether he gets a sit. I don't give him any time. He's got to land it. He's meant to be our marquee, so-called, experienced player, the one that's meant to lead us from the front and instill this. Where is it? It's nowhere to be seen. He needs to step up. We have to rely on these new signings. These signings are meant to be. Koulibaly's a fucking minerals general, bruv. But he needs to play in a back four. We can't play a back four. We need a Declan Rice. All this talk about Nkunku that's coming out today. How much more are we going to fucking buy attackers? We need a fucking defensive midfielder. We need two of them. We need to rejuvenate our midfield. Where is that? Where's that talk? Where's the Alvarez talk? Get a fucking midfielder in. That's where we're losing and struggling in games. Champions League, yeah, we're all gravy because the play is slower. The players are adapted. Georgie's fantastic in European football. He's unbelievable, yeah? Thiago Silva, you can't play Thiago Silva every game. All these injuries are killing us again. There's no rotation. So Potter's forced to rotate. There's no continuity. There's no balance. There's no idea. It's like the players don't know what they're doing. You look at Arsenal. You look at Manchester City. They know the way they're playing, bruv. They know where to play the balls, what zonal positions, where their players need to move to. It's training. But again, where has Potter had the time for training? It's because there's games every 3 days. Recovery, light training, back into the game. There's no heavy training. There's no time to instill his ideology, his blueprint. It's difficult. We have to acknowledge that as well. So these players are in a bit of a situation, but let's have it right. There's all this reports about the players, yeah? These players are not happy, so this and that, and blah, blah, blah. For fuck's sake, man. This board has to back the gaffer over the players. Let's have it fucking right. That is what's got to happen. It's not happening, mate. It's always the players player power over the gaffer. It's got to fucking stop. And all this, they're not happy. This is down to contracts, mate. I'm telling you now, it's always down to money. Jorginho, new contract. He wants 250. He's seen Sterling come in for 300. He's seen Aubameyang come in for 300 grand a week. That's going to be a big issue to Jorginho. I've served my club. I've won trophies for my club. I want to stay at Chelsea, but you're only going to give me 150 grand or 180 grand, and these are over double. Come on. He's not going to accept that. Kante, he's fucking worth his 300 grand a week. If he's fit, he's worth it. He's world class. There's no N'Golo Kante in world football. And he's looking at all these players. What? Because he's humble. Yeah, of course he's humble. He's a humble footballer. But let's have it right. Football's a business. And it's there about money. And there's money flying about all over the gaff. We're paying fucking all these defenders and Sterling's all this money, yeah. And our current crop of players who have delivered at our club, watching the performances of these players, not giving a shit and getting paid big money. That's unacceptable. So the board need to wake up there. Do you value this player or not? If you don't value him at that, then he's going to jog on. You're going to lose 2 midfielders. All right? I would keep Kante for transition. I could keep Georgie on the bench as a squad player, rotational player, but he ain't not for 250, mate. No chance. Fuck that. 180 grand, 150 grand, fair play. That's cool. I get that. I understand that. But these are issues. You got Minerals Man. Where's his fucking contract? Where's his contract, Bowley? He's been our best player for over 2.5 years. Delivered at our club. And you're wishy-washy with his contract. He gets offers from all over the world, yeah? All top European clubs. Top European clubs, yeah. Xavi wants him at Barcelona. Juve. Manchester United, Ten Hag. Klopp. Manchester City. All these clubs are interested in him. They're paying 300 grand, 350 grand a week because they know he's a fucking Minerals general. There's no one like him in world football. Why are you not valuing this player? What? Because of form. The whole team's off form. You do not discredit everything he's done at your football club. You give him Reece James, who's not played half the fucking minutes of Mason Mount and been as consistent Mason Mount, and you've given him the 320 grand a week. You're giving him the 7-year contract. Where's Mason Mount's contract? And let's have it right. Reece James was on a 4-year contract already. Mason Mount's only on 18 months. So I have to question the owners here. It's clear as day Potter wants him in the team. He plays him every game. He knows he's the fucking Minerals general. He knows he's the future captain. He knows he loves Chelsea. Don't take the piss out of it. Acknowledge it and respect the player. You got Kai Havertz on over 250 grand a week. You got Sterling on 300 grand a week. What have they done for Chelsea? Kai Havertz has delivered, but he needs consistency. He needs to land it now. We know that about Kai, but I back him. I'm not going to come at him. I know he needs consistency. I get all that. You had Werner on almost 300 grand a week. You had Lukaku on 440 grand a week. All these fucking players that have been nowhere near good enough. And Mason Mount's delivered, and you're not going to pay him the money he deserves. It's outrageous. It's unacceptable. And it's lack of respect and lack of understanding. So, if I'm Minerals Man, let my contract wind down and I get offers all over the world and they're going to pay me a massive sign-on fee and Bowley's going to wet his pants. Do it. Why not? Why not? Once all those offers come out, I'm sure the brown envelope's going to start reporting all of this. They'll report these. They're already reporting it now. And you got tossers like that, Matt, and all these wankers in the fan base. Oh, yeah, greatest news of the day. Yeah, well, you're going a long way from Starbucks, fellas. It's going to be very sad when he signs that 8-year contract, mate. And he will. Mace loves his club. He is Chelsea through and through. Bleeds blue. Bleeds blue. Let's have it right. So he deserves his contract. All right? Out of anyone, he deserves his contract. He's the future of this football club. Just like Reece James, you pay up. It's as simple as that. All right? You don't go and sign all these players, bring them in, pay them huge wages, and not pay your what? Because they cost you nothing. Because they're from Cobham. You don't value them like that. What does it take? Mason Mount to leave, ball out, and then you buy him back for stupid money? Don't be so fucking ridiculous. This is the game, mate. This is the game. Pay players what they're worth. So you've got all these issues behind the scenes with the players, right? You've got all these issues. And I get all these issues. I understand them. But these players need to respect the club as well. You want your wages, Georgie, Kante, all these players. You've got to respect it. But why would they respect when it comes to financials, when you've got players like Aubameyang, the gooner that he is, stinker, disrespecting our club with that like on Troops' Instagram and shit like that, getting paid stupid money. No, mate, I ain't on it. Let's land the damn Minerals, bruv. Let's land the fucking Minerals. Big up to Chelsea old boys in here. Thank you for your Super Minerals at the game. £50 for charity. Up the Chelsea. Up the Minerals FC. Big up to you, geezer. And he's a man of his word. He said if we lose, he will donate to the channel. And he's done that. So everyone, he's a man of his word. He's proper Chelsea, mate. He's at the game. He's at every game, in fact. Doesn't miss a game. He does not miss a game. Full respect for Chelsea old boys. My geezer, just for you. We see things they'll never see. fuck every other club in London. You ain't got nothing on Chelsea Football Club. Yeah, we're just in a temporary transition. That's all. We're always at the top, mate. We are the top. That's what we are. We're at the top. Yeah, so have it right. Let me just run through. Sorry, guys, I'm just running through because I'm not going to be like a 2-hour stream today. We're just going to land it, bruv. I just want to get everything off my chest, guys. I need to get everything off my chest. And also another thing, unhappy players. Players that don't want to be here. Let's bring up Ziyech. Ziyech, like, posting him scoring for Ajax against Chelsea is ridiculous. All right? He doesn't want to be there. Doesn't want to be at Chelsea. So get the fuck. Why didn't Bowley get rid of him? Get the fuck out of our football club. You don't want to be here. It's clear as day. You didn't back Tuchel. What do you expect Tuchel to be like? Happy about it? You have one bad egg in your squad. That's all it takes. One bad egg. And the team spirit destroyed. You start to cause problems. And he's a spawn of fucking Lukaku, that Ziyech. You got Pulisic. Never wanted Tuchel. Couldn't stand him. Digged at him. Wrote on his book about him. Moaning probably now he's not playing. But you need to deliver off the ball, fella, as well as on the ball. This is what I'm saying, guys. We got too many players that they're not good enough at our football club. They're not good enough. Loftus-Cheek's a squad player, but the geezer is playing in a position that's not his. So we have to understand this, guys, that we just need to trust it, bruv. Back Potter. We have to back him all the way. I like this gaffer. I like him. He can be criticised. You know, it is what it is. Like, he's got to prove. He's got to prove his worth. But let's bring up now. I'm going to bring up what Potter. Let's bring up first what Pep Guardiola said, because I want to address this as well. So let me just get into this, guys. Big up to everyone in here. Make sure you smash that like button. There's almost 200 people in here, or there was 200 people. Smash the like button and subscribe. I'm on the road to 5K. And also hit the notifications button. We're going to land it now. All right, let's land this. Let's play what Pep has got to say.
If Chelsea accept my humble advice, no intention, give him time. And he will do well. But to change things and arrive in, you don't have time to training. They got good results, but the way they play, when I saw the game against Brighton, for example, they lost. I saw many things that I remember when the period in Brighton, but it needs time. Everyone needs time. No one has success that they wanted today too. But the same Graham Potter, I think it was in Brighton, it's in Chelsea. But they're here in the big clubs. When you ask time, they don't give it to you. This is the reality.
Right, here with the big clubs, when you ask for time, well, that shows you Arsenal not a big club because they're just giving time to Arteta. But when you're talking about Chelsea in the past have never given time to a manager, all right? The worrying thing about what he's saying here is he said this about Lampard. He said this about Sarri. He never said this about Tuchel. And he never said this about Conte. So we have to understand that. What's the psychology behind it? I understand we've got to trust him. We've got to give him time. But Tuchel done him like a kipper in that season we won the Champions League. 3 times he done him. Battered him. Battered Pep. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Tuchel was fucking unbelievable gaffer. An elite gaffer. So we've downgraded high risk with a yes man potentially, Graham Potter, who has a fantastic blueprint. That is exactly how I see it. I don't see it any other way. All right. So I'm gonna bring up what's his name, Simon Phillips now. Bring up his team. Big up to Simon Phillips. Let me get him up. Let's go. We've got I want to read this one out. So Asby says we need to look at ourselves because we are not in the position where we want to be in terms of anything. I think goals scored, goals conceded, the way we play, the performances. This is a collective issue that we have to address. He's right. It's collective, guys. It's collective. So we've got all the fucking brown envelopes coming out with now Endrick. I don't care about all this shit. I don't care about Endrick. I want to hear it when he's signed. This guy's likely, this kid is a baller. He's got minerals, fantastic little talent, wonderful talent. But he's only 16, 17 years old. He's for the future. You know what I mean? But he's likely to go Real Madrid or Barca. Brazilian players always end up that way. So if we get him, fantastic coup. That is all I want to talk about on it. There's no disrespecting the fact that he is a baller. And I'd love to have him at Chelsea. But the reality is, you know, this is too soon for this nonsense. Too soon. Todd Bowley's about to put an executive board together consisting of 3 people. The 3 people are Stuart Webber, Christian Vivell, and Joe Shields. One of the players at the top of their list is to bring in January will be Romeo Lavia. Cool. Great. Like the fact that we're building a team behind the scenes. I love that, guys. I love that. It's very important, guys, that we're building a network of professionals behind the scenes who've got the minerals to do it. Yeah, they've got the minerals, they've got the experience to do it. Now I need to find out what was quoted. Where is it? Should have all this stuff ready for you lot. Well, let's talk about Graham Potter. One of the reasons to come here was that it's a fantastic football club, potentially one of the best in the world. But I think we all know that we're not at the point now, and we haven't been for 2 or 3, 4 years. That's the reality. That's exactly what I said earlier. So big up. He's telling the truth. If I wanted a nice, easy life, I could have quite easily stayed working at Brighton in the Premier League, signed a new contract, and been absolutely okay. So fair play to Potter. He's addressing the reality. It's easier to blame me or the players because that's an easier solution. It's harder to say, okay, is it something to do with the culture? Is it something to do with the strategies? Is it something to do with the values? Is there something to do with the idea? And these are all the things that I have just stressed to you lot at the start of this show. That is a number of issues. And these are important. Culture, how you want to build your brand, your style of play. Graham Potter's style of play, attractive, saucy, mineral football. Yeah, successful, what he's done with Brighton. But now he's got real backing, real money, a real elite club to take his blueprint to the elite level. Let's have it right. Then you've got strategies. So he's talking about the personnel behind the scenes that I've just named, all these directors, the strategies in order to execute to get to that point of implementing Graham Potter's blueprint. Is there something to do with values? Maybe. What's the values? The values are we win, but it's all immediacy. Is there something to do with the idea? What is the idea? Where do you want to go? These are the only things that the owners know. All right. But let's have it right. They've been here for 5 minutes and they've had no time to really instill what they want to do because it's only a matter of time. And now we've got Nkunku now. He's about to move to Chelsea with the transfer already prepared and only an announcement missing. You know, it's just like, is this another one to go tits up? Is that what we're going to see now? Like, are we really going to go into all that nonsense? I just don't like all this transfer talk and the fact that of the profile player it is. You know, we should have been buying this player. We waited for his buyout clause. I get it. This transfer has already been discussed during the summer window, but we didn't want to pay over 100 million. Now we've got the opportunity to play whatever, 60 million and that. Fair play. But if we don't get Champions League football, is Nkunku likely to come? He's got a lot of suitors. I think PSG like him. Tuchel definitely liked him. Or did Tuchel even want him? Who fucking well knows? The bottom line is, it's too early. It's too premature for this stuff. We need to see what the signings are in January and whether they're going to actually pay for Chelsea and whether they're eligible to play Champions League. We need to address these situations, guys. We have to address these situations. Very important. All right. This was reported. We understand via a source that the training ground. Why has it done that? The training ground atmosphere hasn't exactly been good in early weeks, with shock at the decision to fire Tuchel. We have to understand something, guys. We have to understand something. Yeah, that we are currently still all shocked with Thomas Tuchel sacking. I didn't see it coming. I knew Rory Jennings, these Ninis, all the Chelsea YouTube platforms, majority of them, Talk Sport, the Kickoff, all these platforms were pushing this narrative. Oh, we under the kind of Tuchel, get Tuchel out. Tuchel's got to go. He's lost the dressing room. All this shit was building, and I was fighting against it. I was backing my gaffer to the very end because he deserved the right to get his opportunity, and the board didn't do that. They didn't have the same ideas. They didn't have the same vision. They didn't want to trust Tuchel's experience. So fair enough. You've done that. We have to move on. But it doesn't just go away. These players are human beings like us, and they have more of a personal relationship to Thomas Tuchel than we do. They've built up a bond with Tuchel, a lot of these players. There's a lot of players that are still here that didn't, and they shouldn't be at Chelsea. And I think if they weren't at Chelsea, it'd be a different story for Tuchel at the start of the season. But that didn't happen. He was playing players that didn't want to be at our football club. That's not how you build for a Premier League campaign, a Champions League campaign. It doesn't work like that. It's not a good start. And it's not a quick fix either. But it was a quick fix for Bowley and Clearlake, and they didn't do it. They didn't land the minerals. Instead, they had the bollocks to go and sack him after transfer window, after using his name to pull in all these players that we sign. Because in reality, look at the players we're going to sign. Are they going to be excited to play for Potter? Are they watching Chelsea right now going, what the fuck's going on? These players don't know the system Potter wants to play. Potter can't play his way of playing because he doesn't really have the personnel to do it. So, like Pep Guardiola said, this is a similar situation to when he first came to Brighton. He needs time to repair and build and start and get his identity in this team and work with the players intensively. He needs a fucking pre-season. He needs a clean slate. He needs a good two transfer windows to get all these players in. This takes time. So I don't know what you're expecting this year in the Premier League. We expect top four because damn right, we are Chelsea Football Club. We expect it. Doesn't mean you're going to get there. It doesn't mean you're going to get there just because of who we are. But we have got players that can do it, and we have to believe in that and support them instead of stop coming at them. All right. But also, you've got all the contract negotiations, like I said, all the money situations, players getting pissed off with other players, seeing how they're getting more money than the other. It's how it is, guys. If you're in a job at work and you've been a great performer, great servant, and someone comes in, takes a similar position and is getting more money than you, are you going to accept that? Of course not. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off naturally. It's the same situation. You've got to apply it to footballers, even though they're privileged. But this is the game. They're privileged because of the sport and the amount of money that's in this sport. It's huge. Huge. So we have to understand all that stuff, yeah? Big up to Srinef in here. Big up Johnny Minnells. We need to get rid of Deadwood and fix the second lineup so that players like Reece, Mason, Kai Sterling don't get burnt out. And this is the problem, all right? In this team, at this present moment in time, this is one of the major issues that no one wants to talk about, is that the players we have, especially in the front line, players like Mason Mount, players like Reece, they have to work extra hard to compensate for the deficiencies in our midfield, for the areas in our team. And that is not spoken about enough. And when those players have to do that, what happens? Their delivery of what their actual job role is spread out. It's not all on that. It's focused on two things, sometimes three things. For example, Mason Mount playing in the front and left of the attack, right? Because Tuchel knew his best three midfielders were Kante, Kovacic and Jorginho. But if you play all three midfielders in a 4-3-3, You've got no rotation. You've got to play him every game. So my thought process is he knows to get the best out of Georgie, but Georgie could play a back four, but he needs the right players beside him. You saw him with Zachariah. It could work. Maybe we see that tonight without Georgie, but maybe we see cover. I don't know. But the point is, when you have a defensive midfielder, it unlocks things. That's why I'm stressing Declan Rice unlocks things. So when you've got Mason Mount playing on the left and right and the forward line, in that double six, so that Tuchel can rotate. He doesn't have to play all three. He can rotate those three players with a double six. And the extra was meant to be Sol. All right. Mason Mount has to play not only the front or left position, he's also got to play a role of an 8 and a 10 all in one role. Every game he was doing that. But no one notices it. So what happens? And he was still getting top GA. Still being consistent. But you don't get it from all your players because not all your players can do that. Even Reece James, look at Reece James, man. He does fucking how much? He does attack and he does defense. He does everything. He helps out the midfield. He cleans up the midfield. You've got to understand that because we're lacking certain personnel and profile players in our current team, and we have for a while, is why we have to make shift with other players doing those roles to help us out. And it's fatiguing them. It's not allowing them to focus on what their actual job is. If you had a natural Declan Rice in there, DM, you could play with Georgie, play with Kante. He can play all different positions. It frees up your attack. Your attack's got a license to just fucking land the minerals. We don't have that license. Our front forward, left forward, look at Timo Werner, Mason Mount, having to track back all the time, bruv. Help out the midfield. When you've got Declan Rice, you've got that solidity. You can allow they can help out in times off the ball. But I'm talking about continuously every game. It's not good enough, bruv. It's not sustainable. So we have to understand that. And we got to back the players, bruv. We have to back the players, yeah. We have to back the players. Big up to Srinath. Big up to you, Geezer. It's the philosophy we're buying into with Graham Potter. And that's what the board is buying into. It's the philosophy, guys. That is what we're buying into. And we have to understand that. Guys, like and subscribe. Big up to every single one of you in here. We're on the road to 5K. Big up to British Patriot in here. All right, let's move on now. We're going to go into... let's go into... This is another point I'm talking about here. All right, King Canners here. Big up to King Canners, yeah. Paul Cannaville, Proper Chels. Jamie Wilson, that brown envelope, always talks shit. I think Graham Potter would be the first to admit he's out of his depth. How couldn't he be? He has no experience at this level. My concern is how far we're going to fall before he figures it out. And then Paul Canners lands the minerals. Jamie, this is your opinion. Like many Chelsea Twitter influencers, I'm not sure how qualified you are, but I don't think you're helping the club with posts like this personally. Big up to you, Paul Canners, for landing the minerals, speaking exactly how I like to speak, guys, and say it how I like to say. You know, you cannot come at Potter straight away. It's just ridiculous, guys. It's fucking ridiculous. The guy's been here for 2 minutes, mate. 2 minutes. Big up to all you guys in here. Every single one of you, I've got over 200 people. I want you to smash the like button very quickly. Just hit that like button. Let's push this content out. We're going to be suffering with no Premier League, Champions League football while we've got the World Cup. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can to give you content through that period. But let's push it out. Let's get the road to 5K. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And we move, guys. We move. Let's address another thing here. This was laughable. Big up to Leo for finding this. Let's play this. Here we go. Terry's a joker, mate. Terry's a joker, bruv. Yeah. I think I know who Mills FC is when he follows me. Yeah. And he's had me on his channel. Yeah. Once I went on. All right. That's hilarious, bruv. So, like you can understand, no one wants to smoke. No one wants the damn fucking minerals, bruv, because they ain't got the minerals to accept it, bruv. Let me play that. I didn't even add it to the stream, guys. Fuck's sake. Let me add it to the stream, bruv. And now you'll understand, bruv. Here we go. Let's go.
Apologize for what?
And A always also says, respond to Minerals FC Lee calling you a flip flop. I don't know. I know who Minerals FC. I think I know who Minerals FC is, but I don't know what that's about. But there we go. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, you understand that, people. Yeah. So let's address it. Yeah. The geezer is a joke, mate. He's a joke. All right. He knows exactly who I fucking well am. Yeah. He's even asked me to go on a fucking podcast. Yeah. He's asked me. He's got my geezer, Carefree Lewis. Yeah. To ask me if I want to go on the Football Terrace podcast. And the geezer goes, I think I know who you are. So we all know what that's all about, guys. Yeah. He's trying to act it out. No one wants to smoke. Lee probably knows about me as well. Let's have it right. Let's have it fucking right. Yeah? So at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. But acknowledge. Don't fucking dismiss me like that, guys. Don't dismiss me like that. It's piss poor. Shows your egotistical little bollocks, mate. You know what I mean? We don't do that here. We say it how it is. And I'm saying it how it is. So anyway, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. We all know what we're about. We're growing day by day, guys. And we're going to land the minerals on anyone. No one wants the fucking minerals. Let's have it right. No one wants the minerals. I even said to troops, hit me up, bruv. I'm fucking ready, bruv. I lost the game against Arsenal. I don't give a shit, bruv. I don't hide from no one. No one. I don't give a shit. Yesterday, they were calling me out on Lewis's. Didn't even have the time. I took 15 minutes. I went and landed it, bruv. I don't hide from anyone. And I can call out whoever I want. Let's call out the next one. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I don't give a shit, me. Yeah. This is just a clip. I wanted to do a full reaction, but let's just land this one, yeah? Let's go. So, obviously, we know about Eunice, yeah? We know about Eunice, yeah? Everyone knows about Eunice, yeah? All right? Everyone. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Everyone knows about Eunice, yeah? He knows about me, obviously. And that's what it is. And I've got nothing against the geezer at all. I get he's a lovely guy and all that. We're all lovely fellas, mate. We're all lovely fellas. All of us, yeah? But the thing is, right? This is just a clip it. Yeah? This is just a clip it. But I'm gonna land my minerals on that, on this clip it. But I wanted to do a full reaction to the video because there are some things that he said in that video that I actually agreed with. All right, I actually agreed with some of it. But this is the problem. This is the problem. When you play on the Mason Mount narrative, it's just like it gets boring, guys. And like I say, he's got a platform. He's got a very big platform. And he's doing very well. And credit to him. All that. Credit to all these guys. Yeah? Credit to all of them. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. That Matt fella, I called him out on my channel. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. Right? It's about what you say. It's what you say. So let's see what he's got to say here. Let's see what he's got to say. And we'll land it, bruv. So this was clipped, yeah? This was clipped. I just want to address this very quickly. Let's just play this shit. Right,
Another one. Now with Mason, there is an element of we know that deep down. I mean, we all assume, right? Because he's from the academy. He's a Chelsea boy. You care. You care. Surely you care. Right? I almost do not want to doubt that. I know deep down, Mace, Chelsea, he's a Chelsea boy. There's DNA there.
There's nothing to doubt about it, Eunice, bro. There's nothing to doubt about that.
His ability, is it really as good as many people actually think? You know?
Right. So the dig there is his ability as good as actually people think? Yeah. So now Eunice is a smart geezer. He's watched a lot of football. Go and name me players that have the ability to do what Mason Mount does. And the question to ask him is, what is Mason Mount good at? Go and ask him, what's Mason Mount good at? What's he fantastic at? Look at what he does for the team. Look at all the versatility. Look at how he is for Chelsea. Look how instrumental he's been for Chelsea. And this squad is getting worse and worse and worse. And he's still important. He still plays every game. So let's see what he's got to say.
You know, is he actually an answer to this team? I mean, understand player of the year, all of that, cool, understand.
No, it's not about understanding it. You have to understand player of the year back to back. You have to understand what he's done, how he's progressed. Everything's done. Number one in every stat, chance creation, ball progressions, big chances, goals and assists, instrumental, only English player, Chelsea player to score an assist in Champions League quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final, and go and win it in clutch moments, to score against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, to be that player at the Bernabeu last year, to score that first goal, to give the team belief that we can go all the way. This is Mason Mount. Mason Mount pulling you out 1-0 away to Fulham, 1-0 win, pulling you out of losing to West Brom 3-0 with an outside the box and then an assist for the equalising goal. These big games, Liverpool, clutch moment, 1-0, away at Anfield. All these factors people want to dismiss. Is Mason Mount really that good? Well, name me the players that are doing that, geezer, in our team. And you can't name me them. You can't name me these players. So are you saying is Mason Mount really that good? Is he really as good as what people are saying he is? It's because they don't understand about Mason Mount. They don't get Mason Mount. And Eunice should know what Mason Mount is. The fact that he's saying this, I don't understand it, bruv. Where are you going with it?
I mean, understand player of the year and all of that, cool, understandably, and deserved for those seasons for sure. But is it more that the standard of the team is low rather than him actually being, wow, the best?
Right. So we're gonna now blame the team not being that good and all of our players not being good and at a certain level because of this moment in time we're in, when our squad is a year older, not freshened up enough, not got the personnel that we need in the midfield area and back up to Reece James and proper fucking striker instead of Aubameyang and Lukaku. And we're going to disregard all these things and say that Mason Mount is not actually that good because the whole team's not that good. But yet, Mason Mount, when we were good as a team for the last 2.5 years and we were winning trophies, none of this talk was coming about. Nothing. So all of a sudden, now we're on a dip. Oh, Mason Mount's just not actually that good. But you have to understand something. Mason Mount has carried us for those 2.5 years. But how much more do you want to put on a 23-year-old? Where are your experienced players to carry you through moments? You need players from every department to help carry the team because we're meant to be a team. But where this season have we played as a team? We haven't. We're so disjointed. We're in flux with injuries. We've got no identity under this new manager. The manager's been here for 2 months. We've had a transfer window of chaos. We've been sanctioned before that. We had all the shit last season. But you want to bring up about Mason Mount, and it's just like it gets boring. Just gets boring.
There's no X factor to Mason.
There's no X factor
right now, especially this game yesterday was a clear example. But
the clear example last game, Eunice, mate, is what were you asking Mason Mount to do in that game apart from defend and press? Because our midfield was Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho. I mean, fucking hell, man. Where's your ball IQ? Where's your context and understanding? But you don't want to talk about the ball that he cut open their whole press and gave it to Sterling, and we did nothing with it because that's down to the attackers. But he did his job. He tried his hardest. But you want to pinpoint Mason Mount? He's not that good. It's jarring, bruv. It's jarring.
But it's not just all of that. Yesterday, seeing... Well, 2 things, actually. Seeing him after the game say 2 things got me worried. I saw him say... in relation to Mason Mount, when he was asked about Mason Mount's latest performances, including the last European tie, because it was in reference to the European tie. But he goes something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, but You know, Mace, he plays well when he's constantly playing, when there's a rhythm. He likes to play all the time, so I'm gonna play him. Understandably, the context of that question was to do with the last European game, but even so, just hearing that is
What? What's wrong with that?
no.
What?
Don't let the player know that. What are you doing?
Eunice, the player already knows that. The player knows he's played under every manager, and he's played under Lampard, Southgate, Tuchel, now Potter for a reason, bruv. There's a reason why. Because he's a baller. He's a team player. He sacrifices himself for the team. He wants to win. That's what he is, guys. That's what he is. He is so important to this team. You take him out of this team and you will struggle. And you will struggle. I don't know why it keeps ducking out here. It's annoying me.
So I'm going to play him. Understandably, the context of that question was to do with the last European game, but no, don't let the player know that. What are you doing? Because you're almost giving a green light to the player that, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna throw a tantrum if I'm not selected now because he knows.
When does he ever throw a tantrum? And let's have it right, Eunice, mate. Yeah, Mason Mount is the hardest trainer at Cobham, mate. He's fucking always there first, always there last. He is the biggest trainer, hardest trainer. You ask all the previous managers how hard he trains. You think he just, because he's Mason Mount, he gets earns the right. He earns his right to play. That's why he's done it. We were told Kai Havertz was coming in and he wasn't even going to get into the team. Oh, it's now Kai Havertz going to take over Mason Mount. Waffle, mate. Waffle. You can bring any player in. Mason Mount plays. He's industrious. He's listen, he's irreplaceable. He's irreplaceable. And that's why all these big clubs want him. But you lot want to just come at him like this. He's just poor, man. Where's your narrative? Why is your narrative to look to the other players, Eunice, bruv? Where's the narrative to the other players? Why is it always Mason Mount? Do you know why? Because everyone's made their mind up on him. Everyone in the fan base is like, get rid of him, sell him, this and that, because they're so fucking disrespectful. And I'm not saying you want to sell him, but you don't acknowledge what he is to this team. And that is the red flag for me. The fact that you're saying just because our team is lower and not very good, Mason Mount's not actually that good. Put Mason Mount in Manchester City's team. Put him in any top team and he balls out, mate. He can actually, funny enough, focus on his job as an 8-10 instead of having to fucking hold hands of midfielders and protect and fill pockets for every single player, which he'd do anyway, but he'd do it less in a stronger team. Therefore, he can actually deliver his GA consistently and play consistently. But we don't talk about that.
He knows that I'm the best when I'm playing, so he's going to play me if I just, make it look.
No,
like
Potter's not saying that. Potter's saying that because I understand Mason Mount. I've said it countless times, and Lewis and all these people can back me up. When it comes to Mason Mount, and I've said it even Monster Stream back in the day, Mason Mount needs momentum. If he's taken out of a game, he needs a couple games to just. He needs that momentum. He needs to be played into form. A lot of players it applies to. But Mason Mount's always quicker. But right now, our team is dysfunctional, mate. It's so unbalanced. So it's going to affect every player, not just Mason Mount. But we don't push that narrative.
He's considering not playing me. I'm just gonna throw a little tantrum. He's gonna play me. He's gonna be like, oh no, I don't want to pee him off. Let's play him. Let's play him because I can get the best out of him if he plays. You can't be sending those messages out.
Well, the gaffer did, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the fucking message you're sending out, Geezer, right now. The message you are sending out is feeding into all the Muppets on Twitter, social media, to feed in like Mason Mount is just a privilege entitled to get a spot. He works for his spot. Let's have it right. And when you drop Mason Mount, who are you going to play, bruv? You play Ziyech? Play Puzic? Pulley? Consistently, you're going to play him? Are you going to play Sterling all the time with the way he's performing? You're going to play Brozier, not experienced enough, needs to be bed in? You're going to play Gallagher, who's nowhere near Mason Mount? You don't know the value of Mason Mount. You don't understand the value of Mason Mount. You don't know what Mason Mount gives. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Except I don't like the way you're pushing out that narrative. It's fucking not right. It's not right. That's all I've got to say on it, really. You don't get it. And I'm a bit disappointed that he doesn't get it. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm disappointed that they all want to pinpoint Mason Mount. It's like he is the one name that gets all the attention from all these Muppets. If I didn't have to talk about Mason Mount, I wouldn't talk about him. I just talk about it. But I have to. These mugs keep bringing him up all the time. These mugs say he doesn't deserve a contract. He doesn't deserve more than Reece James. Reece James hasn't played as many games as Mason Mount. So how can you say he's more consistent than Mason Mount? How can you say he's our most important player if he's not even playing all the games? This is my issue, bruv. This is my issue. There's no respect towards the baller and what he's done. No one talks about, if you go and watch their videos, I guarantee it, go and watch their videos when he got the 45-minute Man of the Match award. Guarantee they'll say, what's his name? That fucking geezer, Matisse, yeah? He goes, for me, arguably, I'll give the Man of the Match to Reece James. When Reece James played the majority of the second half and got taken off with the injury, yeah? Disregarding Mason Mount about Man of the Match when he absolutely turned the San Siro on its fucking head upside down. No one gives that same energy. It's poor, mate. It's poor. It's so poor. They downplay Mason Mount because they're agenda merchants. They're all agenda merchants. And unfortunately, do you know what's funny? Is that I see what the gaffers see because I understand football. These lot only look at the surface and they only look at GA and shit like that. FIFA merchants. You got to look deeper, fellas. You got to understand the game, mate. You got to understand and watch him off the ball. I bet they haven't even watched him at Vitesse at 17 years old. I guarantee it. Why would they? They've got no interest in Mason Mount. They don't rate him. That's the issue. So it's all right to prop out this stuff and expect no one to call you out on it. Well, I've called you out on it again. Another shit. And I'll go through a reaction. I'm going to go through other bits, not just Mason Mount. There's other things there because there's context. And this context doesn't get addressed. Everything I've spoken about at the start of this stream leads it all onto that. Piss poor. There's only 100 and what likes? Get me to 250 likes, guys. I want you to all smash the like button right now, guys. Right now. Right now. They dig out individuals. And Mason Mount's always the culprit about the way we play as a team. Fuck off, bruv. Literally, shut up. It's as simple as that. Mason Mount's the least of our fucking problems. You're feeding into the merchants, the agenda merchants. It's wrong. Is Mason Mount as good as actually people think? The fact that you're asking that tells me you don't even think that, which is a narrative you're pushing out to your over 200k subscribers or whatever, and your platforms and all the people you mingle with, all these Muppets you mingle with, fucking Miz and Matisse and all these fucking little agenda merchants, right? With all their Tuchel agendas as well. And everyone forgets about all that. You know, you got to wake up, mate. You got to wake up. You're a decent fella. But it's poor, man. It's just poor. It's so poor. Every player in that team. There are players that are not good enough. Our midfield's not good enough for a start. Why are we not talking about the midfield? Why does no one talk about the midfield? The midfield is like the heart of the team. No one talks about it. It's just there. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, fucking this player. Oh, we got no Reece James. That's it. Like you think Reece James comes into our side and we solve all our problems. You're fucking deluded. You're deluded. We've got far more issues, mate. And you want to scrutinise like your best players for the last fucking 3 years. Where's the talk of Mason Mount hasn't been able to develop as a player? He's got no experience around him, and all the experience around him all been shit. Lukaku's, Werner's, all these players are meant to be experienced, bring us something different, work, score goals, relieve the fucking pressure. None of that. There's no talk of that. It's just yeah, fuck him off. Yeah. He's the problem. Oh, the gaffer shouldn't say that. I respect the gaffer. The gaffer knows he can trust him. He can't trust half the players in this squad, but he knows he can trust Mason Mount. So fucking get off his knob. Literally, it's as simple as that. Guys, get me to the 250 likes. I'm getting fucking rattled now. Getting wound up. It's true, mate. Where's this for all the other players? They get battered by the fan base. Listen, do you know what it's going to take for all these wrong-uns, yeah? It's going to take for Mason Mount to leave our football club, go to Manchester City, all right? And he will go Manchester City, yeah? And he will fucking play every game under Pep Guardiola, and you'll all be in the mud. And you'll all go, why did we sell Mason Mount? What a baller. Because he's playing in a complete team. We ain't got a complete team with all the components. This kid is a fucking baller, bruv. You do not get compared to Johan Cruyff, Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard for no reason. From players, ex-players and people in the game. You do not get that. You think they just throw these comparisons for a laugh? But these Muppets that have all these platforms don't see it. They don't project the real truth, the narrative. They just project whatever fucking bollocks they want to project because they want to go on Don Robbies. They want to go on fucking AFTVs. They want to go on to Talk Sport, Sky Sports, all this nonsense. They want to go on to it. I want to be this big fucking influencer and all this shit. It's bollocks. It's bollocks. Address the real issues in the midfield that everyone has to hold Jorginho's fucking hand. More than likely, most games. That we got Loftus-Cheek in there. We ain't got Kovacic fit. We ain't got Kante fit. Our fucking irreplaceable midfielders. It affects the whole team. We got Chilwell out. Reece James out. That's 4 massive players out. We got Thiago Silva. We got Koulibaly out. We've had him out. We've had Fofana out. It's ridiculous that you want to pinpoint on Mason Mount only. That's all I've got to say, bruv. I'm not talking on it anymore, bruv. I'm not talking about it anymore. It's shocking. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. And when you land the minerals, you land the facts, they still don't understand. They still question it. They still keep their agendas. So, my message is this. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And when it comes January, brown envelopes, be very fucking wary. I muddied a lot of you brown envelopes in the summer transfer window. You're all in the fucking mud. All of you. And Matt Law, bringing up about Thiago Silva. Fuck off, geezer. We got enough negativity around our football club. Enough. We had enough for years on end. We've had enough. Yeah? We've had enough negativity. And they keep feeding it and propping it. And another one with that Miz fella. He wants Ziyech to play. Play Pulisic. Play Ziyech. Yeah, play these players. Play them for fucking what, bruv? You think they're going to do even better? Ziyech hasn't played. Pulisic's not performing. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is slow. Kante injured. Kovacic injured. Injuries. And it all comes to Mount for the midfield not performing. Let's land the fucking minerals, bruv. Let's say it how it is, and that's how it is. And because he's carried us, they expect it. They expect, even with all these issues, that Mount has to carry us still to the top. Like we're built to be in the Premier League top fucking 2. Our season starts after the World Cup. Let's have it right. What are they all going to fucking say when Mason Mount assists in the World Cup final and he holds the World Cup? Oh, he's still not Chelsea level. I'll get him out my club. Is that what it's got to take? Has it got to take for him to leave this football club? You build the fucking team around Mason Mount. He's Chelsea through and through. He's more Chelsea through and through than most of these fucking fans. These plastics. They ain't even got a clue. Where's the same energy for Sterling? Where's the same energy for Aubameyang? Liking that Troops fucking Instagram thing post. Where's the same energy, bruv? It's not. No one says it. No one talks about it. Oh, we'll just palm it off. We'll just fucking palm it off. No. The real story's Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Let's fucking dig into them two. If you didn't have those two players, you wouldn't be holding that back Champions League. That's a fucking fact. I'm tired of it. It's boring. And the majority of these haters, shall I tell you who they are? Jorginho stands and Pulisic stands. Let's have it fucking right. They're all the same. The Jorginho stands, I'll tell you what, when Georgie leaves, they can all fuck off with him. Literally, fuck off. Poisonous fucking bunch. And then you got the Pulisic ones, even worse. I'm getting sick and tired of these player stands. I'm not a player stand, bruv. What? They call me a player stand because I back Mason Mount. I'm backing him because he's getting shit. I back all the players that get shit. Did I not back Kai Havertz when he was getting shit? I even backed Jorginho when he was getting shit. I back him when they get shit. But this is the problem. Those two players, mate, their fans are fucking horrible. It's all agendas. And when they play and they don't do anything, go quiet. When Mason Mount got a man of match 45 minutes on zero, they're all fucking like that. When he scored two against Villa, they're all like that. It's like he's got to score and assist every single game, scoring hat-tricks like he's Lionel Messi, bruv, for them to not say anything. And when he is consistent and when he is balling out, they still want to say something. They've got to say something. So anyway, fuck them, all right? It is what it is. And I'm done with it. Like the video, guys. Get me to the fucking 300 likes, man. At the very least. At the very least. Ziyech is starting tonight. Is that the fucking... Do you know what I mean? Is this what that's what I'm talking about, man? That's what I'm talking about. Fucking player don't even want to be at our club. He's not even worthy to wear our fucking shirt. This player. And what's the going narrative? Mason Mount doesn't play. We play against City, we win. Oh, yeah, it's because Mount's not playing. This is their fucking mentality. They're sick in their head. They're obsessed with Mason Mount. They think I'm obsessed. They're fucking more obsessed than anyone, mate. Because it gets them the interaction. That's what they do. They love it. Yeah, they love it. They love the interaction, mate. It's like they're born with it. They have to land their shit. But let's have it right, mate. He lands it, bruv. The only player in our squad that could do the Didier Drogba celebration. Let's have it fucking right, bruv. Yeah. Because he loves Didier Drogba. He was supporting Chelsea all his life. He's a Chelsea boy. He doesn't deserve all this hate. He doesn't deserve it. It's wrong. It's fucking wrong. You think every player has top form all the way through their career? That no one has a dip. No one has any kind of difficult situation. Where was Kevin De Bruyne at 23, bruv? All this talk about Kevin De Bruyne, where the fuck was he? No one was talking about him. It's like, but he's had the chance to develop and be a world-class player. Well, why doesn't Mount get that opportunity? And he's already delivered more than Kevin De Bruyne. More than Manchester City as a club, bruv. He's got more European trophies than Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool. Not Liverpool, fucking hell. Arsenal, Tottenham. He's got more Champions Leagues than fucking all those clubs, bar Liverpool. I didn't say Liverpool. That come out of my mouth. It's on my mind. This is the point I'm saying, guys. Underappreciated and wrong. Guys, hit the like button. He's a gooner, that geezer. He's a gooner. I don't want him at my club. Come on, guys. Get me up to 230 likes, man, at a minimum, guys. At a minimum. So this is where I'm going with it, guys. So I ain't even talking about the game. Do you know what? I'm not even bothered about a lineup. I don't care anymore. Like, you know, we have to see what City's lineup is. Do we even know what the lineups are? Have they come out? Let me have a look. No, there's no lineup yet. So it's too early. This is my thing, yeah. Our current form is shit. We know that. But at the same time, it's a cup game. And we've got every opportunity. We've got every opportunity to beat City. Why not? It's a cup game. But it depends on who they play. They're going to play Haaland. You go into every game thinking you can win. Potter's got to let loose, bruv, but he's going to play Hall. Apparently, he's going to play loose Hall. So he's getting a chance. He's going to play some youngsters. Why not? Let's go. We've got to show fight. We've got to do it for our supporters there at the Etihad. So, you know, let's try and get a result. And I believe we can get a result. Why not? You know, it is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But we've got to beat them. And then we've got Newcastle. Newcastle, for me, just do not lose that game. And then we sack this part of the season and then we move on, bruv. And we move on. Get the World Cup out of the way. And then we can kick on, lads. We can kick on. Do you know what I mean? We can kick on. We have to do that. Do you know what I mean? We have to believe that we can go and beat them. If you go in there defeatist like you did against Arsenal, what's the point? You know, we were very unfortunate there. We could have scraped a 0-0 against Arsenal. We could have done that, but we didn't. We didn't hold on. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Fuck it, whatever. I think we can win tonight. Why not? I think we could beat Newcastle even though our record they're shit. Why not? We're Chelsea Football Club. We've got every opportunity. Our players need to rack up the points, bro. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Guys, make sure you smash that like button. I need to get to the 300 likes, 250 likes. There's fucking loads of you in here. Let's have it right. So we got the 14-year-old Chelsea Wonderkid, Yuri Nato. Look, Wonderkid. Chelsea Wonderkid. He's set to become the youngest ever player to feature in a domestic squad for Manchester City, aged 14 years old, 86 days. Yuri Nato. Madness. That's madness. And they're taking the piss. It's a piss take. Piss take. Urinator. Fucking brilliant. The urinator. Fucking hell. The urinator, bruv. Listen, they're the masturbators, bruv. That's what they are. Fucking hell. Listen, you're getting bants as well, guys. Let's have it right. You got a like for that shit, man. Fucking hell. You see the shit I see on my timeline that people like this stuff? Madness. Reece James ain't going World Cup. I mean, that's great news for us, but not for Reece. Do you know what I mean? That's great news, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Bruv, don't you worry about the likes, bruv. I'll get the likes, bruv. Johnny, did you hear about 19-year-old Mike Oxmel's? No. No, mate. Fucking hell, bruv. You're a joker, bruv. Let's have it right. I love all the bants, bruv. This is what it's all about, bruv. Let's have it right. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I mean? You don't get this anywhere else. This is why I say like, subscribe, and all that jazz, because the other platforms, they don't have these minerals, mate. No, they just don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have it. But listen, I'm not going to predict a lineup because we don't know what the fuck the lineup's going to be. I don't even know what formation we play anymore. I don't know anything. Yeah, I don't know anything anymore. But what I do know, yeah, is that I'm the fucking daddy of the brown envelopes, mate. I mud them all, bruv. Every single one of them. Big up to all you guys in here. Big up to every single one of you in here. We land it everywhere we go, guys. Yeah, we don't muck around at Chelsea. We don't muck around. And this is one of my favourite ones because this guy, I've muddied this geezer countless times. You all know about this geezer. This guy's been muddied countless times, bruv. But we love it. We land the minerals everywhere we go. We know that. We do that. Let's have it right, bruv. Let's have it fucking right. We land it everywhere we go, guys. Oh. The brown envelopes. Look at the brown envelopes, bruv. Look at them. Look at the state of them. Look at the state of them. Fabrizio got muddied, man. Got muddied with that RB Leipzig, was it? Director coming to Chelsea. Got muddied. He said it was a here we go. You're in the mud, son. You almost got muddied with Cucurella as well. You got muddied with Koundé. I called you out on Koundé. So did you, Matt Fraudlaw. You got done by Koundé as well. And all the shit you come out with. You stay well away from our football club. Brown envelope merchants, bruv. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. I know I've seen Ziyech is starting. It's shocking, bruv. Whatever, mate. Whatever. Whatever. He doesn't deserve to start our football club. He's not fucking good enough, bruv. He does not deserve it. He's shit. Do you know how many times I've witnessed this guy giving the ball away? And the Instagram thing, I don't care. You say it's social media and this and that. I don't like it, bruv. I don't like it. I don't like it. I've never liked it, guys. Never ever liked it. So, guys, we've done an hour and a half. Guys, big up to every single one of you in here. Every single one of you in here. I'll be back tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we get a win, guys. Let's go. Let's up the Chelsea. Fucking land it, bruv. Big up to all you guys in here. Most important, guys, like it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 5K. Hit the notification button. Costs you nothing, guys. Just do that. At the end of the stream, I want you to comment, guys. I want you to put your comments down there. Put your comments down there. Yeah, put your comments down there. Big up to hopefully Hutchinson. We see we're going to see Lewis Hall. Let's hopefully they ball out at Chelsea at the Etihad and we land the minerals. We've got to be positive. The moral, the narrative is let's back our players, let's back our team, guys. All right. Don't listen to the toxicity and the nonsense out there and all these shit opinions that are flying about. Yeah, it's all nonsense, bruv. It's all nonsense. And wait till Arsenal and City and Newcastle have the injuries of the extent that Chelsea got. The big players, the big positions. And let's see what happens there, guys. See how they get on. Yeah. See how they get on. Like Ossio said, come after the World Cup, it's going to be a different team at Chelsea. New year. We're going to have different ballers in our side. We're going to have a different way. We're going to land it, bruv. We are Chelsea, mate. Don't ever forget who we are as a football club. We are fucking Chelsea. And we have to ride out this period, however long it's going to be, because we love our club and we love our delightful club. The minerals of a football club. We see things they'll never see. That's what we do, guys, as Chelsea fans, supporters. Let's get that third star, guys. As Lucas says, let's get the third star, bruv. Let's get the third star. So, same old shit. Like, subscribe, notifications. We've got the Minerals FC membership as well, which is down in the description below. Land your minerals in the comments and spread the Minerals FC, guys. Apparently, people don't know about it. Of course not. Of course not. Let's not be silly here. Let's not be silly. Big up to every single one of you. And as always, guys, up the Chelsea. Right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's go. Have it right, Minerals FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.